Welcome back to the paddock, everyone. It's a brand new episode where we're going to talk Mexico and also a little Taylor Swift connection. You may be wondering why. Well, that's because Taylor Swift is ending her Eras tour with her not her North American dates, but her American dates in Indy. And we all know there's a big connection with Indy and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indy 500. So I thought I'd bring in the biggest Swiftie I know as my guest host this week. Everyone, this is Hilary.
Hello.
As you can tell, she likes Max Verstappen.
Yes. For obvious reasons. Yeah. And Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So felt right. Felt obvious that this was my guest host this week. So, Hilary, how did we meet?
You moved in next door to me when we were 3 years old.
There we go. So this
We've known
friendship
each other for 21 years. No. Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoa, we're old.
We've known each other for 26 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's a whole person.
That is a whole person.
Oh my god.
I feel old now. Thanks for that one. I'm gonna go through an existential crisis now. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I've known you for a quarter of a century. How's that feel?
Ew, okay, stop. That one only that one.
That one went a little too far. Sorry
I
about
don't like
that.
that one.
Sorry about that.
So we were neighbors, and that's how we met. We became besties, and so we've known each other since we were 3. We've both moved around over the country. We went on a road trip together, your
Yep.
family's road trip one summer. We've done a lot together, so yeah.
I'm just glad we're both into F1 now. So
Yeah. New for me. Only been about a year, but yeah.
hey, at least you're here.
Yeah.
At least you like it. So that's all that matters. All right. So I think we've already answered the question of who's your favorite F1 driver.
Currently, it is Max Verstappen because he's the best driver. He just is.
You're saying currently. Who was it before?
Well, it's currently right now because he's the best right now.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see
Okay.
what happens, But my favorite driver of all time would probably be Danny.
Yeah.
But I also really do like Vettel.
Seb.
Sebastian Vettel.
Mhm.
I just like his personality. I've watched a lot of interviews with him, and I think he was great.
We love Seb.
Yeah.
We love
Danny?
Seb. Seb's also in Brazil this week for the GP, so see a lot of content from him when he uses his Instagram occasionally.
Yeah.
Seb has Instagram.
Maybe Danny will post something other than Ashante.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's Danny. No. All right. Who's your favorite F1 Academy driver?
So that's a tough one. It's either going to be between Bianca and Leah.
Okay.
For Williams, and Bianca for McLaren, obviously.
Yeah.
I just think they're both great.
Yeah. All right.
I like Leah's history, her dad, being a rally driver and all that fun stuff. So I think she's just a really good driver.
All right. So who's your favorite team?
So right now it is Red Bull, but they're
the downfall of Red Bull.
It's looking rough right now.
If you're a Red Bull fan, kind of.
It's starting to scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. I know we've talked about this before, but what's the top race you want to go to?
Okay, so there are, all of them. But I really want to go to Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I want to go to Tokyo. It's also known to be like the cheapest race to go to.
Suzuka, here we come.
And then, of course, Abu Dhabi would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's Abu Dhabi and it's the last race of the season. Yeah. And it would be amazing. But I think the full dream would be Austria.
Okay.
Red Bull's home race.
Go to Red Bull Ring?
Yeah, and I would love to camp out on the track.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
A lot of fun.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah. One day.
One day, both of us will get there. You're fine.
But if I do Tokyo, then I'm going to Tokyo Disneyland at the same time. So we'll make it a dual trip.
That's what I'm doing on my Abu Dhabi trip.
Yeah.
So, gotta go to Germany. All right. What is your favorite motorsports moment?
So I'm gonna bundle this up with my favorite moment from this year.
Okay.
And it's going to be when Leclerc won in Monaco.
Okay.
It was so touching.
It was very emotional.
Everyone was happy for him.
Yeah.
Everyone. And no one cared that they lost the race. It was just like Leclerc won in his home.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
I don't even think like me being like a McLaren fan and like other like Red Bull fans, I feel like we were all just happy for
Everyone was
Leclerc.
happy. Yeah.
It didn't matter who you supported. I think it was like finally you got this off your back. Finally you won it. Took you a little bit.
He deserved it.
Yeah. It was
He really deserved
long
that
time
race,
coming.
too.
Long time coming.
He worked hard for that race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun
So
to watch.
just because we've known each other for so long, I've compared our friendship to Pierre and Charles. Because they've been friends forever.
Can I be Leclerc?
Yeah, because you don't like Pierre.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay. He was good once. Hi. Still Leclerc.
You were saying?
He was good.
Yeah.
And then now he's just kind of there.
He's kind of there. I mean, I also think he has a mid car.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I feel like there's good drivers out there who are stuck in kind of crap cars. Who, if they had a better car, they would be better. All right, so now that we all know who Hilary is, it's time to jump into the part where I talk really fast, or at least try to, with Fast Lap Recap, which so much happened in the Mexico GP. Yeah, that I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze it all into the minute and 18.336 seconds of Charles Leclerc's fastest lap on the last lap because he boxed for stops because they had the pit stop gap between him and Lewis. So there was a buffer, but we're gonna try our best. So
I'll timer.
again, have my notes.
Ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Go.
Try that again. I was a little nervous there.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Go.
Alex and Yuki collided because Alex got squeezed in between him and Yuki. Yuki's car went this way, his tire went that way. Both of them DNF'd. Not Carlos, but Checo got a 5-second time penalty for a false start. He was too far out of his grid box at the start.
He doesn't
Max had a lead for the first laps of the race before Carlos overtook him on turn 2. Max was given 2 10-second time penalties. You got that right. 2. One for turn 4 for forcing Lando off the track, and one for turn 8 for gaining an advantage off the track. Nando retired his car after lap 15 for a brake issue. Liam and Checo were battling on lap 18, giving Checo damage. Lando gained P3 while Max was in the pits serving his penalty. McLaren was showing incredible pace on the second stint with the hard tires. Lap 63, Charles oversteers, which allows Lando to get through and go to P2. Still don't know how Charles didn't hit the wall. Lewis overtakes George on lap 66. They had been battling for the last 10 laps. Franco makes contact with Liam, giving him wing damage, causing him to box. Carlando 1-2, love that. Charles P3. Oscar jumped from P17 to P8, which is incredible. And then Checo's home race weekend went from bad to worse when he finished last. And also, positive note, double points for Haas.
Yay!
Oh, just barely. I know a lot more happened, but those were
the main points.
The memorable points.
The main points. And I would like to point out that I don't necessarily agree with the second 10-second penalty for Max. The second one, the first one, absolutely. And then I found it funny that Checo didn't agree that he was out of the
false start? You mean a good start?
He was like, no.
He's like, no, that was just a great start.
He's like, you need to check on that because I don't think we were. That's what he said.
Okay, Captain. Oh.
Yeah, Leclerc, that was insane because I was at work during this race, so I was streaming it on my phone at the register because I'm a cashier. And then on my breaks, I would like actually turn on the volume and watch it. And I was on lunch during the end of the race, so I was like watching, and Leclerc like just oversteer. I was like,
it's like he was like, I oversteered, and then I oversteered again. I still don't know how he didn't end up in the wall.
He was very close.
Like, we all saw what he said in the in the press conference.
Yeah, he was like,
Will he be joining? Will he be
joining
Max
Max
for community service? I mean, they might as well. They both live in Monaco. Just get it done.
They might as well just get rid of that stupid rule anyways.
That
Because it's not like they're sailors out here like going crazy. It's every once in a while. It's not like the end of the world. But
correct. I mean, they're professional athletes.
as Max said,
They're putting their body through so much G-force and through so much stress in these races. You can't control what you say.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
is what it is. Get over it. I feel like the FIA is too strict on certain things, and they need to calm down.
I also want to point out how you said Yuki's tire went that way. Yeah, and then it went home with a fan in Mexico, and you saw the video. Everyone saw it of them getting on the subway with Yuki's tire. Don't know how they got it.
Yeah.
But that's hilarious.
First of all, they have tire tethers so that the tire doesn't go flying. So the force
it went flying.
The force of the crash must have been.
But the tire went off before you even hit the wall.
Yeah,
just so
funny.
I was like, how? And then how a fan got it.
You could see them avoiding the tire as they're driving down turn one. I'm like, okay, there goes Yuki's tire. Goodbye. When will I see you? Oh, never.
Who DNF'd this race?
Alex, Yuki, and Fernando.
Yeah.
Which Fernando doesn't have good luck with these like big milestone races. 200, 300, and 400 GP weekends. DNFs. So
poor guy. He should have just stayed retired. I love you, but go back to retirement.
Again, I think he's gonna die in that car. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I will be more upset when he retires just because I feel like he's just gonna go as long as he can. In hockey terms, he's gonna be like the Zdeno Chara and just play until he keels over.
Like, that's so funny.
Last season we didn't have a championship battle for either.
Nope.
This year is very interesting. Both are still up for grabs. Well,
I'm not happy about it.
I am. Still a lot of points up for grabs, and still 4 races and 2 sprints left.
Yeah.
So a lot can happen. Whether or not Red Bull and Ferrari are going to battle each other more and leave McLaren alone would be great.
No.
No? Why not?
Because Red Bull needs it. Red Bull's got to take it. Max needs another championship. You guys have to understand, this is like my first full year in F1. And it's like the worst year to be a Max fan. Because as some say, he may have already hit his peak. I don't think he did. I think Red Bull's, we saw in the Mexican GP and the one right before it in Austin, Red Bull was making some bad calls.
Yeah.
Pitting them early, doing some just bad calls. And Max was very pissed about it. And so I don't think it's Max.
I also...
Yeah.
Their car is no bueno.
It's,
no bueno.
Oh, and then let's not even get started on Checo.
What is happening? What is happening with Checo?
I don't know.
I really don't know.
He hasn't assisted Max on a race since the beginning of the season, like the first couple races.
He dropped off like at the very beginning of like the European races.
Yeah.
And then he kept crashing. Yeah. You're like, oh, yellow flag. Why?
I don't think it's gonna make it much longer.
To be quite honest, I think now that we've gotten through the Mexican GP,
and there's all those rumors that like the only reason he's there is because of the sponsors he brings and the money that he brings.
Which, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure that's true.
It's very true.
Because
we all know the only reason Stroll's in F1. It's the same thing. Just money's not coming from daddy. So, but
we all know that.
So, if Checo is dropped, who do you think is going to replace him at Red Bull?
I have this theory, and I think I've mentioned it before in the first episode. But if Checo were to get dropped, I think wild card here because I think a lot of you are going to say the opposite. I think Liam gets moved up first, and it pisses Yuki off. I'm going to be honest.
I can't see Yuki and Max being teammates.
I think there would be too much problems.
Yeah. We're getting attacked by an evil creature.
So evil.
Gremlin. Just like Yuki.
Yeah. Albert, are you a gremlin?
He's a gremlin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't see Yuki and Max being teammates. It wouldn't mesh well. It would be a lot of drama. They wouldn't be assisting each other on the team.
No. Because right now Yuki's the number one driver for V-Carb. Granted, they're still the sister team of Red Bull, but they want to seem like they're not. But we all know.
They're the testing team for Red Bull is what I call them.
Red Bull
They
Junior.
they put the drivers there first, and then if they do well there, they pull them up.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's either going to be Liam. I, of course, want it to be Danny. Because we all know how much Horner likes Ricardo.
Yeah.
But realistically, that's not going to... He doesn't run... I mean, he's the team principal, but he doesn't run the team.
He
can't...
not end up be all.
Yeah, those decisions are him.
Solely him. Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, as much as I would love to see Danny back in that Red Bull seat.
Yeah.
Like, I would cry.
I haven't dropped the hope yet, though.
Like,
he always said he won't
head.
Retire until he's in a Red Bull car again.
Granted, I still want him to give IndyCar a try, because then I could see him more.
Yeah, that's fair.
See him in car in general.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. But he's afraid to drive an IndyCar.
I used to love Checo. I think he's adorable. I think he's funny. Was always a good teammate to Max. But lately, this year has been...
This year, he's not pulling his weight.
He's not.
I'm surprised that he's lasted this long. And to be quite honest, I really think it's all because of the money he brings in. And again, at this point, the sport is a lot about money. And a lot of the races are very expensive to go to. And you're trying to open up the sport to a broader audience, but you're not thinking consciously about, oh, maybe these people actually want to go to races, but they can't afford it because you're pricing them so high, so damn high.
Let's not even get started on the FIA.
I mentioned this last week. They need to have the same stewards every single race.
Yeah. That would make so much sense.
It needs to be like how they have it in like baseball and soccer and football. How it's the same, like the same refs are hired for the entire league. It's the same ones. They go through the same training courses. They're given a salary. They're not paid like $200.
You have to have a constant.
Yeah. So you don't end up with wild calls.
Yeah.
So
you'd have people having different opinions about things.
Yeah.
When it's not an opinion, it should be facts.
Correct.
So,
like, I mean, in hockey, when there's like a goal is challenged, you need concise evidence to overturn. I think the FIA needs concise evidence when they're giving out these penalties. Because sometimes it's like, oh, it's being investigated. 5 seconds later, oh, there's a penalty. I'm like, how are you making those calls that quickly?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Some of them are obvious.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to take that long, but some of them are like, how did you come up with that? All right, Tier Talk this week. Taylor Swift edition. So what we're doing is we're going to put all of the drivers into their Taylor Swift eras. So, again, this is my expert on the subject.
The one, the only Swiftie.
Which tour date did you go to in Tampa?
Great question. I think it was night 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
You think? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
It's been what, a year and a half? How many times have you seen Taylor?
5. My first time was Speak Now tour. I've been to Red tour. I went to 1989 tour. I went to Reputation tour.
Did you go to Fearless?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Did not go to Fearless. She went on tour. Fearless was 09. So it's when mom.
Yeah.
So we didn't go to the Fearless tour, but I did go to Speak Now. That was my first Taylor concert. And then I took my dad to Reputation because he loves Taylor Swift.
Love that.
He's a Swiftie dad. And then I also took him to Era's tour. So he had so much fun.
Oh, trust me, I saw the videos.
Yeah, he had way too much fun.
Yeah.
We got him a shirt that said I Heart TS. And yeah, he had a lot of fun.
Love that. And we all know I went during Coda weekend to Miami, so
Yes.
we've both seen the Eras tour. So I feel like
Were you there during the rain show?
the first rain show weekend, yeah. Because it rained Friday and Sunday.
That's fun.
So with the Eras tour, she has the Eras house.
Yeah.
Which each room is a different era/album.
It's from the Lover music video.
Yes. So
it's technically called the Lover House, but the fans have depicted that each room is based off of a different era, and then she put it into the Era store, and so now it's like the Era House. But
yeah. So you know more about this than I do. But either here or there.
There's so much of it.
There's so much.
She's kind of annoying sometimes, but it's fine. With all of her Easter eggs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Let's not even talk about the new Reputation outfit that you're lucky you got to see.
Yeah. The lore that there's a third one.
Do you think so?
Have you not heard that?
Because
there's the picture where she's wearing the 3 snake rings. There's the red, the gold, and then there's a silver on the pinky.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I honestly think they were just like
she's trying to just like plant, and then
they were tired of repairing and cleaning that costume. They were like, we just need to make you another one, Taylor.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. I don't think it has to do. A lot of people think it's going to be a double album, which releases debut Taylor's version and then Reputation Taylor's version. I've been saying that for years.
Debutation.
But I don't know if she's gonna do it. A lot of fans are going to be upset about that because Reputation does kind of deserve its own time. But let's see.
I don't mind a double. I wouldn't mind it. I think it would. But here, let's jump into it. All right, so let's start with debut. I feel like this is obvious why we put.
Yeah, we put all the babies in.
All the babies, the rookies.
We have some honorable mentions, like Ollie,
and then obviously Franco and Liam. And if Kimmy and Jack were in here, straight into debut too.
Yeah, because they're babies. We don't know much about them. Why did we put Pierre in here?
Because he's kind of like her debut, where it's kind of like used and abused, and so she doesn't play it anymore. So, and Pierre's just kind of there. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Gasly.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have Fearless. We put Oscar in here.
So Oscar's kind of in here because I kind of was like, it's his second season. Fearless was her second album, and it's kind of like he's making a name for himself.
Yeah.
But I also thought of the one song from Tortured Poets Department, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Yeah.
Like, when I see Oscar, it's like that.
I don't know. He looks like such a baby to me. A lot of them do, but yeah, I could see what you mean.
Yeah.
I put Nico in here. I don't know. I can just picture him in a sparkly dress dancing in the rain. That's the vibe I get from Nico.
You're just dancing in the rain in a sparkly dress. I want to see him spinning while he dances in the rain.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I hope everyone else agrees, but.
All right. Speak Now. There's
arguably her greatest album.
There's only one driver who goes in this room.
And that is the one, the only Daniel Ricciardo. Because he is a hopeless romantic, and it's my favorite Taylor Swift album, and he's my favorite driver, so.
All right. Red. Hilary decided that she wanted to put Lando in red.
So, the reasoning behind this is Norris is he's been around for a while, but he's really making a name for himself this year. I mean, he's an amazing driver. He always has been. Um, and he's making a name for himself this year. And Red TV, Red Taylor's version, is arguably her best or at least most successful re-recording.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it's not necessarily a comeback, but he's definitely like more up and coming now.
Yeah, now that McLaren actually has
And the
a
love
car
for
that's
like
gonna.
her Red album came back, so like the love for Norris is now like growing back.
I mean, the love is, but also the hate. He gets so much hate.
But he's so cute.
I don't
He's just a
understand.
baby.
I don't understand why he gets so much hate.
Because he's good. Good people get hate. A lot of people hate Max.
True. Very true. All right. 1989. This is arguably one of my favorite albums. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. And we've got a couple drivers in here. So we have Nando.
We put Fernando Alonso, mainly because he's old. And I don't know, it just feels right.
To put Nando in
Her
1989.
1989 era was kind of like, she's always been judged, but that era was very judgmental.
Yeah.
And that's when she decided to, take a lot of different stances. And Fernando, he's just, I don't know, it just fits.
Fits. Especially with what he said about the
Him
rumors.
possibly dating Taylor. Shut up, you wish. You wish.
And
No
then
wonder you're still driving for F1.
yeah.
Single.
Yeah. And then
Has nothing else to do with his life. Oh yeah, sorry. We do have Bottas in this one because he's fun.
Yeah.
And 1989 is fun. It's like a dance album.
I could see him like dancing.
And those short little shorts.
And his mullet just like waving in the wind. Yeah. And then I felt it was only necessary and to put Danny in here as well because he was born in 1989. So fits.
It does fit.
All right.
So our next era is Reputation. So this is kind of like the controversial album. Very controversial. It's very like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I have no fucks left to give.
So some of these drivers are very obvious.
Yes. So we put Max and Lewis in there. Also, Reputation is one of her biggest albums, especially amongst the fans. It's a fan favorite.
Correct.
So we have Max and Lewis. And then you added Yuki.
I added Yuki because he's a gremlin and it just felt right.
Yeah. Sure.
But also, honorable mention in this room is Checo. Because the old Checo can't come to the phone right now. He's dead.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone. Old Checo's gone. I don't see him coming back. We're stuck with new Checo, which...
Not going well.
New Checo's kind of struggling.
Yeah.
Kind of, very, very much so struggling.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a kind of in there at all.
Next is Lover. So in here we put Alex. Why did we put Alex?
Have you seen Alex with his girlfriend, with Lily? They're adorable. They are adorable, and that's why I like Alex. Yeah, we know. You know what? We know.
I put Kevin Magnussen in here for a very similar reason. Him with his wife and his family, his daughter, are just so cute.
Did you see the videos of him and like at the fan zone on the stage and then in the car with FaceTiming his daughter and he's holding it up to the crowd? I'm like, it's adorable.
And I love the flip because you go from Reputation, which is very dark and very like I don't care, to Lover that's very like bubbly and cute and in love and whatever. And Kevin went from being a dick at Haas, right?
Yeah.
Being fired and then coming back and being
lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very lovable. So it's a great one.
All right. Folklore.
Why'd you put Zhao in Folklore?
Because I put Zhao in Folklore because Folklore is my least favorite album, and I'm not gonna lie, Zhao, you're adorable, but no. So That's why you're there.
Moving on. Next is Evermore. Evermore is a very good album. Unfortunately, it is one that the Swifties joke with Taylor that she forgets about her child, Evermore, because it is the sister album of Folklore.
Yeah.
She did kind of surprise drop it as well. So in Evermore, we put Charles.
Mm-hmm.
I put Charles because I feel like Evermore is being very in touch with your emotional side.
Which
And
we've
I don't
seen
know,
that.
it just fits
Yeah, it
to me.
fits. And then SD is in there because he's kind of forgotten.
Same with Joe.
Same with Joe, because he's kind of forgotten.
And they're forgotten. Like Taylor forgets Evermore.
Yeah.
Once again, moving on. Next is Midnights. I put Carlos in Midnights because I think he's the most fun out of all the drivers.
Yeah.
And Midnights is about it's about your thoughts in the middle of the night and things that come up, but it's also about having fun. And I could totally see Carlos being Bejeweled.
Yeah. I just want to see Carlos in one of those Bejeweled leotards.
Oh, maybe he'll fit in mine because I have one from the Era store. Okay.
Hey, at Carlos, can we make that happen?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll make you one in your size because I made mine.
And then I put Checo. I don't remember why I put Checo in here. It's it was a vibe. I think that's why.
He's what we think about in the middle of the night.
The downfall of Checo is what I think about in the middle of the night. That makes sense. Wow.
It's causing the downfall of
Red Bull.
Anyways, Tortured Poets Department is the last one. So we have Lance in here for some reason. I didn't think he should be included at all. That's my opinion.
I put him in here for one song and one song only. I can do it with a broken heart. Because apparently, him and his girlfriend, who have been together for quite some time now, have broken up.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. We don't know for sure. But she deleted all the photos of him with him on her Instagram while he was celebrating his birthday with his family.
We can also change the name of the song to being I Can Do It With Daddy's Money.
Touche.
So in Tortured Poets, we also have George. Why do we have Russell?
I don't know. You put him there.
Oh, did I? Because Tortured Poets is very British. Poetry arguably is very British. A lot of the major poets in the world are from England. Russell is like so British.
So British.
So British. So it makes me think of that. I don't know. And then Sargent, once again, someone I don't think that should be included. But we put Logan in here. Why?
Mainly because the song Florida, and he's a Florida boy, but also because I feel like there's some sad songs in there, and he's sad because he no longer has a career.
I'm sure he'll find one. He can go to Indy if they'll have him.
If they'll have him. There's no open seats where he wants, so you never know.
But yeah, and that's all the Taylor albums. Let us know what if you agree with any of those.
Where would you put the drivers? I mean, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways you can take this. Whether or not you agree with us, that's up to you. No, I'm not going to the gym tonight. I am not running. I'll run tomorrow.
That's what's happening tonight. That was me last night. Not really.
No. Ugh.
I had 1.5 Dogfish seltzers. Have you heard of them?
No.
Dogfish. It's this brewery distillery place up in Virginia.
Okay.
They have actually really good seltzers. They're fantastic. I had 1.5 and then woke up with a migraine this morning. But I do have chronic migraines.
All right.
It sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
Well, you made it through another episode. Why am I acting like that's a bad thing? I mean, it's a bad thing that the episode's over. But it's a good thing that you're here. Appreciate you guys staying and listening to our nonsense. Because
This was fun. Thank you
Yeah.
for having
Of
me.
course, I'm
I
glad
would
you
love to do
decided to
another one.
join. Obviously, we'll have you back in the future. Well, I'm talking like there's more than me, just me. I'll have you back in the future. Don't worry. But thank you again for joining me. Thank you all for joining us. So go ahead and follow us on socials. We have TikTok and Instagram. I am working on making a threads that will most likely be up by the time that this video goes up. Listen on Spotify. I'm working on Amazon and Apple. So hopefully those are up in the future. And then go ahead and watch on YouTube like you're doing right now. There is more YouTube content coming, so be on the lookout for that. Excuse me. And then we also have a very special episode next week for the Brazilian GP where you may recognize our guest host. So be prepared for that. Once again, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I will definitely have you back in the future.
Yay!
Don't you worry. It may not be Taylor Swift, and I
That's
may
fine.
also have to get you into IndyCar so we can talk about that as well.
Grosjean, that's all I know.
What about Marcus Ericsson? He also raced in F1.
That sounds like a NASCAR driver. I'm going to the Daytona 500 for my birthday next year.
Nice.
With my dad, yeah.
Nice. Also, school is school. Gen Eds are stupid. And I'll leave you with that. And it's lights out and away we go.